We're here live, rockin' Behr, the 2019-2020 season. We're back in business. We're going to start this week off with a little talk about the NFC and the AFC. Rock, what do you have?
Well, I've got the NFC being an extremely difficult league with a lot of possibilities that anybody can really win. You got Dallas, you got Philly, New Orleans, Atlanta, the Bears. Seattle could be the big surprise. A lot of people like them. Green Bay and Minnesota could sneak in there. All right. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's wide open, and I think that the playoffs will have a lot to do with health and injuries. What do you think?
I think that's pretty safe to say. You know, health and injuries also can either turn a team around or get a team headed the wrong direction. I like the Cowboys to make the playoffs.
Boy.
Philly is definitely a favorite too. That should be an interesting interdivision game.
If Carson Wentz could stay healthy.
I think the Rams can very easily go back to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They're primed and ready to go. Seattle is either going to make or break it this season. So NFC is looking strong.
New Orleans too.
There's a lot of powerhouses.
Atlanta. Now you don't like them that much. I like them more than you do, but we'll talk about that later.
I think they're going to finish third in their division.
Behind New Orleans and who?
Carolina.
You like Cam Newton?
McCaffrey.
Hey, they got McCaffrey, the white boy from Stanford, who's really smart.
They average 5.1 yards per carry, which is their first in the NFL. So they have the best rush per attempt in the NFL, which means a lot for game management. We're really diving in.
Is Cam healthy? That's kind of like, is Gurley healthy? Now, West Coast Bear thinks Gurley still has an ACL. I thought it was a shoulder problem. But Cole says, Gurley's got an ACL that's never going to heal. And I'm going, whatever. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, so I think let's talk about the AFC a little bit. Patriots have been dominating the AFC. They've been dominating the Super Bowl. AFC is looking pretty strong. Let me flip to my AFC page.
Well, five guys on TV predicting the Super Bowl, none of them picked New England. And I'm going, say what? I mean, I would think, and if we check the odds boards, you would think New England's probably favorite to win the AFC conference, perhaps not the Super Bowl. But the fact is that they play the Jets twice, Miami twice, Buffalo twice. Mm-hmm. Now, that's probably at least 5 wins. It should be 6 wins, all right? So their cross-conference team, now they open with Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good one. A lot of people think New England's going to blow them out because they have, did you tell me they have a defense this year?
They actually had one of the top defenses in the league last year, top 5 in pretty much every stat. Rush defense, pass defense. They actually had the second best pass defense in the league, holding teams to only less than 220 yards per game.
I think they gave up a lot of points, though. I think they were giving up 26-something, but I'm not sure. All right, who else? Kansas City, we love them. Andy Reid deserves it. Andy Reid deserves it. Who else could be a surprise?
Browns, the Texans. The Texans have won their division 3 out of the past 4 years, and they never made a deep playoff run, but I think they're primed. They got Duke Johnson.
But they lost their running back.
They have Duke Johnson. They got a running back from the Browns.
Oh, all right.
So they had a pretty big acquisition.
All right.
Yes, they lost Lamar Miller, but I think with Deshaun Watson, he's in a rhythm. The pass offense with their weapons could be pretty volatile this season, and their conference will be Colts. They're up for grabs. Jacoby Brissett, who knows? Jags, the Titans. All these teams are weak. Texans are definitely favored to come out.
Let's not forget Jacksonville, though. Here's Nick Foles, wins the Super Bowl, goes to the Super Bowl final. They have Bortles. Jacksonville have Bortles, and that's why they. I'm sorry, Bortles, but you suck. And I think Jax is going to be right there, like you like Carolina in the NFC. I like Jax as that surprise team in the AFC. What else we got here?
The AFC looks strong. I'm clearing my underdog for the Super Bowl is the Browns, America's new team. I think their division's up for grabs. Cincinnati doesn't have A.J. Green. They only have their one running back. They don't have any weapons. Steelers, they rebuilt their offense. They lost Brown and Bell. Ben led the league in passing last season, so we'll see if he can have a repeat season.
Let me just throw this thought in, just because this is timely. All right, Antonio Brown and whatever the GM's name is, what's he doing on the field picking a fight? I'm going to project this, okay? Because Cincinnati's going to finish up really terrible. I'm going to say they get rid of Antonio Brown because A.J. Green's hurt. I'm saying tomorrow, now mark my words, or before Sunday, this is going to be a great prediction. Antonio Brown goes to Cincinnati to take over for AJ Green. And he knows that division. And plus, Oakland would love to have Cincinnati's first round choice because they're still going to stink.
Yep.
Let's move on. That's just a long shot play, right?
I think there's definitely some contenders in both divisions that could make an interesting NFC, AFC championship game and an interesting Super Bowl this year.
So if you were going to pick right now, all right, barring injuries, of course there's going to be injuries. Mm-hmm. You know, they say you need a good running game and a good defense. Well, that would kind of point to the Bears. Okay? Kind of.
I think Bears are going to, barely going to win their division. If their division's up for grabs, it might be.
I agree.
Might be the Vikings. It might be the Packers.
I agree.
That division probably has the most question marks for me for the Bears. Division.
Okay, so if you had to pick a team, if somebody said right now, Behr, NFC, who's going to be in the Super Bowl? Who are you going to pick?
For the NFC, that's a tough one. I don't know. Pass.
It's between the Rams and the Saints. That's what I'm thinking. All right, those are the good quarterbacks. Atlanta's my dark horse. All right, let's go to the AFC. Kansas City, hopefully, right?
Kansas City and the Browns in the AFC Championship.
And just like you're doing, none of the guys picked New England. All right,
they're gonna make a deep run. It depends on how the midseason goes.
Okay. Here's another rock prediction. Okay. Gronk comes out of retirement after 6 games. New England's 3-3, and they give him a boatload of money, and Gronk comes out of retirement. Remember here, you heard it right here first.
They're gonna try to pull a Jason Witten.
Hey, Jason Witten's going to really, really help the Cowboys quite a bit. All right,
I'll take Cowboys for the NFC. Actually, I'll go back.
All right.
If they make it to the playoffs, they stay healthy. I think the Cowboys have a good chance of winning the NFC.
Great defense, great ground game, great pick.
Yeah, great pick.
Great
Addition
really.
to their ground game too, with their new running back.
Really.
They complement Zeke.
You know what the Cowboys' weakness is?
Jason
Garrett, the carrot top. All right. Let's move on to.
Started off with the first game of the week.
Yeah.
Rock, you're pretty passionate about this game. We got the Pack going to see the Bears at Soldier Field Thursday night. 100-year rivalry. Rock, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, they're partying in Grant Park right now. I was watching.
Already.
Oh yeah, there's 3 concerts.
They've been ready since last night.
Yeah, they've been ready since last night. You know what? This game is a total coin toss. The Packers got Adams, they got Jones, they got experience. Neither quarterback played during the whole exhibition. That favors Rodgers easily, right? Now Rodgers has a new coach, so how's that going to work out? Pagano tried out for that job. Now he supposedly studied the Packers. He's now the Bears' offensive coordinator. So what does that mean? I'm kind of looking for a big play from Clinton Dix. I think it's going to be 1 turnover is going to win this game. Hopefully not a fumble. Hopefully a pick or a strip sack fumble from Rodgers with Malik. But you're going to ask me to pick, so I'm going to take the experienced team. Aaron Rodgers drives in late, and they win the game by a point.
Okay. I think that's likely. I think the Bears are only going to probably rush 4 against Rodgers to let their secondary kind of, win the game for them.
Okay.
Rodgers can pick it apart, but the Bears defense is nice and strong with their acquisition of Clinton Dix. They'll definitely have a good defense. And if they run the ball right, don't turn over the ball with Tariq Cohen, the speed, the freak, and then Montgomery, who's definitely primed to have a big season in his rookie year. With that running attack. They got rid of Howard to free up some space to have some money. They didn't need Howard. I think their pickup.
Howard was a beast.
He's a beast, but Tariq, their number 2 guy, was just as beastly. Tariq Cohen.
Just watch what Howard does with Philly. Just watch. All right.
We'll see.
All right.
So I like the Bears. I like the Bears to win by a touchdown.
All right. So I'm taking Green Bay to come back and win by a point, and you're taking the Bears.
I see both things happening. I see Green Bay making a 4th quarter drive. That's Aaron Rodgers' specialty.
Anything can happen. All right.
Game number 2.
Let's go to the Rams. Coast to coast, going to Carolina. You like Carolina. That was one of your picks to be a surprise. The Rams, according to TV guys, they've got the best receiving corps. Say what?
Yep.
But they now have, from the Packers, Clay Matthews.
Yep.
And that's a little bit of leadership. Nagamasu's still around, and of course McDonald, the leading or one of the best, defensive guys. You think that Cam Newton and McCaffrey and their defense? I think this. Well, what do you think this game's going to be? Like 10-9?
No, experts actually predict more of a high-scoring game in the mid-20s to 30s.
Really?
Yep, actually, the Rams have a good defense, but their rush defense is actually one of their weaker points. That's why they picked up Matthews. I think the Panthers actually are primed to have a pretty big ground game against the Rams, but the Rams will shut it down in the air. But I don't know if the Panthers have the defense to answer the pass offense for the Rams, so I think the Rams might air it out and get 30 points by halftime even.
So you're not taking Carolina?
I like Carolina to go. I don't know if this is their week. I think the Rams on the road, they're more primed to actually take this game. I like Carolina figuring stuff out later in the season, maybe week 3 or week 4.
All right.
But right
cool.
now, I like the Rams by a little bit. I'll take the Rams by 6. 2 field goals.
That's going to cover. Okay, now here's my favorite upset pick. Atlanta's going to Minnesota. All right? Atlanta gave up a bunch of sacks. They had 10 guys on the IR at the end of the season. I think they gave up 50 sacks or something. These guys are all healthy. They've drafted well. I've got Atlanta with 4 points winning outright. You like the Vikings because of Kirk Cousins and what?
I like the Vikings defense. They had one of the most sacks in the league last year. Falcons are rebuilding their offensive line. The Falcons got rid of their other running back, Coleman. So they're really bearing the load on Devontae Freeman, who only played 2 games last season. And they're banking on him to be able to establish the run game so they can bank on the play action game. If they shut the run down, they're going to shut the pass down. The Vikings will end that game early. I think the Falcons maybe get 10 points tops.
Oh my goodness! All right, well there we have a difference.
The Falcons defense, I don't know if they can stop the stretch game of Dalvin Cook and the speed of the offensive line on the Vikings either. So I think the Vikings won 24-10.
Wow, I've got Atlanta winning outright. All righty, buddy.
Split,
good luck there. All right, let's go to Kansas City, traveling
the Chiefs
to Jacksonville with Nick Foles and that.
You like Jacksonville, huh?
And that great defense. Oh heck no, I like Kansas City all day and all night. Except who's going to run for them because their guy's suspended for 8 weeks.
They actually traded him to the Browns, Kareem Hunt, so he's no longer on.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for that.
They actually picked up a running back in the draft. I'm blanking on his name right now. The Chiefs are going to win based on their tight end, Travis Kelce. He's the first receiver to have over 100-something 20 catches. First tight end, to have that record. And Jacksonville doesn't have the defensive answers to be able to answer the tight end. They already have their best defensive player, Jalen Ramsey. They already said he's going to be covering Tyreek Hill, the fastest guy in the NFL. So it leaves Travis Kelce wide open.
Yeah.
And he might get 2 touchdowns.
And Mahomes is,
he's ready to air it out.
You can't tackle that guy.
8 days a week.
You can't tackle that guy.
With his left hand back.